める。来いエレメンタルヒーローエアーマン。現れろエレメンタルヒーローサンライザー。来いビジョンヒーローバイオン。手札から魔法発動。モンスターを融合召喚。来いビジョンヒーロートリニティ。魔法カード発動。ミラクルフュージョン。メタルヒーローレイトトルネード。トルネードの効果発動。
Negate Trinity Crush。
ガンガン行くぜ。ヒーローは必ず勝つ。 それはどうかな。来いビジョンヒーローバイオン。魔法カード発動ミラクルフュージョン。現れろエレメンタルヒーローサンライザー。ヒーローレイトトルネード。トルネードの効果発動。
Trinity, crush!
That's a lot of damage.
来いエレメンタルヒーローエアーマン。来いビジョンヒーローバイオン。手札から魔法発動モンスターを融合召喚。現れろエレメンタルヒーローサンライザー。リンク召喚。魔法カード発動ミラクルフュージョン。ちょっと待った。リバースカードオープン。何？
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
ンヒーローグレートトルネード。トルネードの効果発動。
What's going on, YouTube? So this is the deck that we got to KO Games and DLB Max, and we did play a little bit of Stage 2, but we didn't really go too far into that just because of how difficult it would be with all the top tier decks that are coming out these days. So this is the deck. We ended on 24 cards. I felt like this deck was very consistent. I did lots of test hands, lots of NPC duels to kind of just get an idea of if 24 cards or 25, 26. I try always so many different kinds of combinations and numbers. Testing ratios as well too, and I got a lot of positive results from this. I know it sounds silly to randomize draw and NPC duel, but it does give me a bit of an idea before I take it to ladder. Then when I take it to ladder, if it continues to perform well, then I feel like I'm onto something, and I kind of just go from there if I need to tweak something further. So the deck is 24 cards, 3 Ferris, 3 Stratos, 3 Liquid because we are playing 3 Droplet and Super Poly, and we're on 3 Miracle Fusion. So just, again, having as many options to get to our combo, whether it's with Ferris plus Hero and Miracle, or Stratus plus Ferris, or if it's Vion plus Miracle, right? Or if it's simply like breaking someone's board with a Liquid plus Super Poly, things like that are all very good combinations. Or maybe I have to Droplet, send 2 heroes to the graveyard to break some, to negate someone's monsters, and then I've got Miracle Fusion in hand to do the draw to add a miracle, and then maybe I can draw in like a Stratos or something like that and create more pressure in that case. So lots of things like that would happen, and that's why I felt like the deck overall was like pretty consistent. We only ran 2 increase, of course. Sometimes I wish I only ran 1 or none of this piece of shite. 2 Kiteroid just so that way we could survive, and it's also a nice win target for Tornado to go along with an elemental hero. It doesn't have to be with 2 Stratos to make Tornado type of deal, or you don't need to use Stratos plus Liquid. You could have a Liquid plus Kiteroid. And then we have only 2 Vion just because I want to keep the deck rather as lean as possible. So focusing on what we need for the engine and then what we need for tech cards to help us, win games. 3 Droplets. I would say this card hard carried quite a bit. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You can always put hand traps in the deck. I was at one point running 1 Droplet and then 2 Droplet as I got them, over the several months, and I was just putting in hand traps instead of them. I was just putting in like 2 books, So these were at one point like 2 books, and then at another point it was like no Kiteroid and like triple Lancia, and that would also be like really strong as well too. The Miracle Fusions, just again to make the Sunrise just that much more valuable when you resolve it, to add a card, draw 2, discard, just again going through our deck as quickly as possible, creating as much pressure as possible, because that's kind of the strength of the deck, is the fact that we can draw lots of cards and create lots of pressure. Our effects aren't great, but with card advantage and enough pressure, you can get there. And we also have the ability to like OTK with all those cards by making like a Trinity after that. So it does help facilitate into plays like that, and getting to Trinity is pretty crucial, and you need the cards to do it. Extra deck, as you can see, had a Nova there, but I just took it out for a 3rd Sunrise because I never summoned it. And I don't run Blazeman or Solid because those cards suck. They're just not very good cards. And to put bad cards in your deck for this skill is just not worth it, because most times you're going to get dealt enough damage where you're going to get Stratos or Liquid out anyway. So you're just better off putting the good ones that you can combo with, right? You can't really combo off that great with the Blazeman. Solid Soldier is a very situational effect that very rarely comes in handy. So I just said, forget it. I'm just not going to waste my spots on those. I want to see combo, board breaker, that's it. This deck's not spicy, it's not fancy, but it gets the job done. And it does it consistently enough where you need to be somewhat consistent to climb ladders in the KC Cup, whether it be Stage 1 or if you're trying to get to King of Games, trying to climb Legend rank. So yeah, we just went with, the good ones, Shining, Recycles, Tornado's amazing, reducing everything non-targeting. Stratos, obviously not Stratos, Sunrise can facilitate draws, allowing you then to also get extenders to maybe then so you could like poly over it, and then you can make like Trinity with your poly, right? Escuridao is just for the dark target, obviously. So you have the dark, a wind, a light. Our OTK machine. This is for our turn 1 combo. You could even do it on turn 2 if you want, but it's not always necessary. But yeah, I really felt like these were like the best cards. So I just focused on the situation that came up the most and just making that as good as possible, rather than focusing on situations that don't come up that often. You know, things can obviously happen, 1 out of 10 games, but in most cases we win because of these main cards. And so that's what I want to focus on. Even though like there are some situations like, oh man, Blazeman would be good here, or maybe that Nova Master would have been good in the Shiranui matchup, or the random Salamangreat deck that you play against, but you just don't see those enough where like it mattered. So that's the deck. If you guys have any questions about the card choices, the ratios, replacement cards, combos, feel free to ask me. Leave those comments down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed, the replays and deck profile. And I look forward to seeing you guys all in the next video. Take care and peace.